Hello to all the awesome people out there in the galaxy far, far away. Probably not too far, but it's Chewy Wampa. How you doing today? I'm really excited for our video, everyone. We have the Jedi Master who tried to kill Mace Windu. Literally challenged him to a duel. We're gonna get into it today. Bear with me. Let's get on into it. Also, this person is an Inquisitor later on, but hey, I'll kind of spoil alert. Whatever. Let's get into it. Who was Prosset Dibs? Prosset Dibs was a Miraluka Force user. Miralukas were known to have no eyesight, but although they lacked sight, they made up for it with great hearing and developing their connection to the Force to be their eyes. Prosset Dibs had long gray hair, almost white hair, and he had a darker skin tone. He was a Jedi Master with the Jedi Order, who became disillusioned with the Jedi ever since the start of the Clone Wars, since Jedi have always stood as peacekeepers in the galaxy. Although, during his time as a Master of the Jedi Order, he and other Jedi were assigned as generals in the war. Dibs was not happy with this contradiction, seeing how one cannot be a guardian or peacekeeper by playing a part in war. This belief is evident when Dibs was sent to the planet Hissrich alongside fellow Jedi Masters Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, and the Jedi Knight Risa Mano. Dibs and company were sent to the jungle planet to see why the Separatists were occupying it. Although the aim of the mission was to lay low and gather intel, the Jedi were discovered by an Octopatara droid, a big beast of a droid, but nothing that a Jedi could not handle. After the massive droid was dispatched by Windu and company, the Jedi found themselves surrounded by the native species that inhabited the planet. The unknown species, looking like little goblins, had taken Windu and his team of Jedi to their cave to get away from the area that they engaged the droids at. Unfortunately for the Jedi, a droid by the name of ADW-4 led a large group of his battle droids and droidekas toward the Jedi. ADW-4 was hired by the Separatists and Grievous to destroy the Jedi presence on the planet. On the way to the cave, the Jedi discovered that the plants on Hissrich contained enormous amounts of energy that the Seps could use in their war with the Republic in all sorts of nefarious ways. Shelter inside the natives' cave dwelling was short-lived, as ADW-4 and his droids engaged the Jedi in combat. Windu and Mano began carving their way through the droids to the leader, whereas Dibs and Fisto worked on defending the natives from the droid onslaught. Although this was the right decision to make, Dibs and Fisto were trapped in the cave with nowhere to go. But out of nowhere, a giant carnivorous centipede-like creature called a Milodon attacked the two Jedi Masters and the natives. Though it took some time, Dibs and Fisto prevailed, vanquishing the beast. But it came at great cost as all the natives in the cave were killed. Upon discovering this, Dibs was reminded of his doubts about the Jedi and their role in this operation. By them being there, it put the natives at risk, and their demise affirmed this belief that Dibs held to be true. Fisto, noticing how heavy the loss of the natives waned on Dibs, he proceeded to tell Dibs, "Casualties are inevitable in war, and that the Jedi were now striving to mitigate the loss of life." This statement, although it were true, was not good enough for Dibs. Following the plan in case anything went awry, the Jedi returned to their ship, the West Wind, where Dibs could no longer betray his own personal philosophy regarding the Jedi's mission on the planet and blatantly telling Windu that he and the Council were no better than the Separatists, that he and the Council have corrupted the Jedi doctrine and used it for their own gain. Dibs then ignited his saber and challenged Windu to a duel. Windu entertained the thought and proceeded to cross blades with Dibs, despite Mano and Fisto protesting to the contest. After the initial sounds of lightsabers clashing, Windu tried to plead with Dibs to cease fighting with him, stating, "We are brothers, Master Dibs, cut from the same cloth, chosen to walk down the same path. You would throw all of that away?" The fight continued on, lightsabers humming and sounds of electricity and energy clashing, until Windu surprised Dibs with a force push that left Dibs stunned and disarmed of his lightsaber due to the sheer force produced. After Dibs lost, the Jedi squad detained him in cuffs and kept him on board of the West Wind. The remaining Jedi, Windu, Fisto, and Mano, finished the mission. Returning to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, Dibs was put on trial for betraying the Jedi Order and for intending to kill one of his fellow Jedi Masters. Although Dibs came at Windu with everything he had, with so much ferocity, he could see Dibs' point of view. Windu himself had hang-ups and doubts about the Jedi being involved in the war. Because of this foresight and understanding, Windu urged the Council to spare Dibs, despite Dibs himself calling for the death penalty. Even after Dibs stated that the Council was twisting the Jedi code and doctrines to their own personal gain, and after being sentenced to work in the Jedi Library as a form of rehabilitation by the Jedi Council, Dibs protested out loud to Windu, saying, "Your hubris shall be your undoing, and I will laugh as I stand over your fallen corpse." Unfortunately for Dibs, he would never experience that pleasure, since Sidious got to him first with the Force lightning in the Chancellor's office, so sucks to suck. After Order 66 was put into effect, Dibs and other Jedi pledged themselves to become Inquisitors for the newly established Galactic Empire. Now under the persona of the 10th Brother, he went from donning a green lightsaber to more of an assassin type of build with 2 Shoto lightsabers that served as daggers. As a brother of the Inquisitorius, he was tasked with hunting down Jedi that evaded clone troopers during Order 66. What more could he want, other than to hunt down the same group he vowed to destroy? Now, we know that the 10th brother was no longer a Jedi, but he met his end in a similar fashion as those who perished during the extermination of the Jedi during Order 66. It all started with a young Jedi Padawan by the name of Farron Barr, who had been chased by 3 Inquisitors, the 10th brother, the 6th brother, and the 9th sister. Barr had disciples that sacrificed themselves for him. One after another, each bought time for Barr to try to escape, until he and his last follower named Verlo were cornered. Barr proceeded to try to remind them about their past as a Jedi. Throughout this time, the 10th brother was mocking Barr, thinking he could bring him back to the Jedi. But unbeknownst to the 10th brother, Barr was telling the Purge troopers that were accompanying the 10th brother and using a Jedi mind trick, whispering, "Execute Order 66 to the troopers." Realizing this too late, the 10th brother ended up like Scarface and was blasted endlessly by his troopers, thus bringing an end to the former Jedi Master and defeated brother of the Inquisitorius. That is the end of our video about Prosset Dibs, aka the 10th brother of the Inquisitorius. So what did you think? Personally, I don't think he was wrong with his beliefs in questioning the Order. If anything, I kind of blame the Jedi here, because they teach to ignore emotions, especially things like anger, and they don't really guide anyone in dealing with those emotions. Instead, like, they teach them to suppress it, right? So just like us in everyday life, if we don't, express our anger when we are angry by using words or finding more positive outlets to express them, we're just going to probably fall down the path of the dark side. So I'm just saying. May the Force be with you, my friends. Slash the like button on your way out with your lightsaber. Use your blaster on the subscribe button, and please turn on post notifications. And remember, be a little chewy and express your inner Wampa. See ya.